Good afternoon, everyone. Just thought I'd go through another newspaper article with you. This is the latest one that's just been released in the Courier Mail by the Albert and Logan News. So I thought I'd go through it with you quickly. So it was actually published on the website on September the 21st, but it's in this week's Albert and Logan News. This is what it actually looks like in the actual physical newspaper. Claire got her copy from the Coles Shopping Centre at Beenleigh. There should also be some available at Mitre 10 in Beenleigh, which I've got links. I'll put a link to a video I did that shows you where to find them at Mitre 10. So yeah, they're hiding a little bit around the corner. Anyway, back to the newspaper article. So it basically says the Coomera Connector plan cuts out 2 bridges. So this picture here is actually a picture of a 100-metre demonstration that the Eagleby Community and Wetlands group organised a few months ago. Oh, sorry, it wasn't a few months ago. It was at the beginning of this month. So this is it's actually under 100 metres. But this was some drone footage taken by Rodney Fraser. Thank you, Rodney. You're awesome. You're a big help. I'll leave a link to the video with those photos as well. So this is an aerial view of a human chain showing the width of the state government's Coomera Connector corridor along the dam of an Eagleby property, which would be resumed. It's actually not a dam. This is actually a natural occurring lake that is part of the complex wetlands, and this is actually where the Coomera Connector is going to go through. So this area of water will not exist. And it's amazing the things that live on this body of water. Anyway, so big thanks to Judith Kerr from Quest Newspaper for writing this article. We really appreciate your support. The article says details have emerged of an alternative route for the controversial 4-lane Coomera Connector highway, which designers say will slash millions of dollars off construction costs. The proposed route would only need 1 bridge as opposed to the 3 in the government's Gazetted plan. The designers of the alternative plan unveiled their route when they met with David Green, the senior policy advisor to the Transport Minister Mark Bailey last week. I'll leave a link to Robert Livingston going through the plan as well in the up in the top here, in the little cards, as well as in the description, as well as a link to the Left in the Dark over the second M1 article. I haven't done the connectors maps released yet. So this is a photograph taken at the actual meeting with Robert Livingston. This is David Green. This was Felix, and this is Melissa McMahon. It's actually the only time she even pretty much looked at anything that we were doing during the whole meeting. We were quite disappointed that she didn't even smile or wave at us when we walked into the room, especially considering we had met her and invited her to one of our group meetings, and we talked to her and she was going to find some information out for us, which she still hasn't got back to us. Anyway, so this is Robert Livingston, and he helped draft the new proposed 1-bridge route with Melissa McMahon and the senior policy advisor, the Transport Minister, David Green. So as I said, this is David Green. So Eagleby Community and Wetlands Group Chairman Marilyn Goodwin and the 7 community representatives said their route would save taxpayers millions by not having to build 2 bridges. Their proposed route... Sorry. Turn off the sound off my mobile phone. I've got beeps and blings going everywhere, don't I? I really apologise if they're being distracted. So I'll start again. Eagleby Community and Wetlands Group Chairman Marilyn Goodwin and the 7 community representatives said their route would save taxpayers millions by not having to build 2 bridges. Their proposed route will be similar to the state government's from Nerang to the Stapleton Road and Jacobswell Road. However, it differs from the Gazetted Road as it does not cross the Albert River and is further east of the Alberton Road to avoid Eagleby. The residents' proposed route would cross the Logan River at Ferry Road, Carbrook, 4 kilometres east of Skinners Road, where the state government's plan included 1 of the 3 bridges. The government's plan circles Eagleby and is on floodplains, which is a high acid sulphate and creates sulphuric acid and eats concrete and kills fish, Mrs. Goodwin said. Our plan goes to the east of Eagleby, away from the wetlands and endangered wildlife, and is on higher ground through the discussed cane fields. I'll leave a link to in the description of a article on our website that talks about the sulfuric acid and the acid sulphate soils. It's actually a really huge deal and can cause massive consequences. So our plan goes east of Eagleby, away from the wetlands and endangered wildlife, and is on the higher ground through disused cane fields. Disused cane fields. It will not need bridges at Wharf Road, Skinner Road, or at Road at Stapleton. So this is the Logan River at Skinner's Road, where the government's route links Mount Cotton Road for the northern route and heads west to the M1. This is a fishing pontoon, guys. People love going down here to fish. It's just, gotta love ads. Mr. Green listened to the proposal and said he would pass on the plans to Mr. Bailey and warned that changes were unlikely. McAllister MP Melissa McMahon, who was at the meeting, said that she was not sure if turning Beenleigh-Redland Bay Road into a 4-lane motorway was a solution. There are a lot more properties to resume, including schools, she said. Now, we've actually been told that that particular road, the Beenleigh-Redland Bay Road, has been gazetted as a 4-lane road for a very, very long time. And as such, all the buildings have been put well back past the road. Anyway, back to the article. There are a lot more properties to resume, including schools, she said. They also seem to think that Beenleigh-Redland Bay Road connects to the Logan motorway, which it does not. Now, it actually can. If you go right to the end where you join back up to the M1, there's the whole link there. You can go straight onto the Logan motorway without going onto the M1 at all. So I'm not sure which map she's not looked at. Anyway, residents have also started a second petition calling for a review of the route and asking for it to avoid Eagleby. Already 1,195 people have signed the petition, which residents hope will be tabled in Parliament. I'll leave a card for that up here to a video that explains the petition and how it works, and I'll leave a link to it down in the description below. Please, 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 please sign the petition and get as many people as you know to sign that petition. If you can share that far and wide, we'd really appreciate it. Residents gathered at a site in Eagleby this month to form a human chain to measure out the width of the government's proposed road. Now, I'll have a link to that in the cards as well, which I think I will put in earlier in the video. I'll also have a link in the description. The government route from Stapleton-Jacobswell Road near Alberton Road, the road heads north to cross Rotary Park Road. It swipes Yellow Road, Elkermans Road and Palm Crest Road before crossing Albert River into the Eagleby south of River Hills Road. It does not touch the Eagleby wetlands running east of Maurice Park. Now, these are the publicly owned wetlands. These are not the only wetlands in Eagleby. Eagleby has a complex series of wetlands which cover the entire area. Like, there's wetlands here, there are wetlands here, there are wetlands here. There's wetlands here and there's wetlands here. There are I think there's 25 wetland reserves in Eagleby. This publicly owned wetland is one of those. Just one. But TMR constantly keeps saying we are not going to touch the Eagleby wetlands. But they are going to decimate the complex wetlands in Eagleby. So yes, anyway, back to the article. It skirts the southeastern boundary of Palm Lakes Resort, clipping properties on the corner of Friar Road and Eagleby Road. So this is the current gazetted map. So it's got a link here to subscribe for more Connector news. Part of the 18 acreage properties on Eagleby Road opposite Palm Lakes Resort are earmarked for resumption. The road continues east, crossing Schmidt Road between Sharon Drive and Eagleby Road. but it does not touch the Eagleby State School or the mapped area for the Eagleby Wetlands, and only affects 4 properties at Palm Lake Resort. It is at that point on Eagleby Road where the Coomera Connector Road splits, with one section heading north across 8 acreage properties before crossing the Logan River to Carbrook, where it links up to Beenleigh Redland Bay Road and Mount Cotton Road. The road splits with other sections heading west following Eagleby Road to the Logan River, where it crosses north of Hersey's Road to run through the middle of Logan City Council property, once designated for a zoo and more recently a wave park. The road then joins to the M1 and heads north. So this again is basically where the Coomera Connector is going to go. This is where we did our 100-metre demonstration. This is Schmidt Road. So yeah, apparently the government's, the TMR is saying these aren't wetlands. That's not wetlands. So yeah, that's the end of the article. So yeah, now I will briefly show you the map. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so this is a very basic map that I've done up to actually help people to understand. It's not completely 100% accurate, but it gives you a basic idea. So this is the border of Eagleby. It's bordered by the Albert River on this side and the Logan River on this side and the M1 on this side. And this is the proposed Coomera Connector. So it's going to come across the Albert River here. This is the publicly owned Eagleby wetlands that are not being touched. These blue areas are part of the complex wetlands that are being decimated. So this is where it goes across, and Schmidt Road is here. Then the Coomera Connector goes across here at the back of Tranquility Place. Then up around Eagleby Road, decimates these properties along here. It takes out some properties on the corner of Eagleby and Friar Road. Then you've got Mick Hersey's place. His house is going to have freeway basically on 3 out of the 4 sides of the house. And he's losing, I think it's 5 hectares. I'll leave a link to the video I did on the newspaper article on Mick. Lovely guy. And Palm Lake Resorts is here, and it's going to go right smashing through there. And then the other, so this is where it's going to join up to the M1, and this is how it joins up to Mount Cotton. So yes, I'll do a more detailed video showing more of the map. I'll probably go through and actually get the Gazetted map and go through that with you in a future video. But at the moment, this is what I've got done. So I hope this helps. I hope it gives you a bit of an idea as to how it looks. And the alternate map, I haven't got that on the computer at the moment, so I can't show you that at the moment, but I'll leave the link to the video that I did with Robert where he explains the map. But it's basically, I don't think I've got Ferry Road on this map, but it's down this way a lot further. So way down here where it joins up. I just haven't got it on this actual map. So yeah, anyway, if you've got any comments, questions or suggestions, leave them below. Remember to subscribe to the channel and like our videos. Share them with all your friends and your enemies. Anyone you know, share them, please. We need to get this information out. People need to know that there is an alternative to this. We need to protect this beautiful suburb. It needs to be made into an ecotourism hotspot. Currently, we already have bird watchers from all over the globe come to Eagleby, including some very well-known people like Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman, Hugo Weaving, I think, also came to our wetlands to do some bird watching. I'll find some information on that and get back to you. But yeah, anyway, we have an amazing suburb and we need to protect it. And we need to protect these wetlands, and we need to protect Moreton Bay from the potential damage that could get caused if the acid sulphate's disturbed. But that's a whole nother video. Anyway, any comments, questions or suggestions, leave them below and have a great day. Bless you.